Tonight, we will see two of the Big East top freshmen and long-range bombers. The Eagles of Boston College play host to the Scarlet Knights of Rutgers. Big East basketball is next. Well, Punxsutawney Phil saw his shadow this morning, so you know what that means. That's right, 6 more weeks of college basketball. Tonight from the Conte Forum in Chestnut Hill, Massachusetts, the Rutgers Scarlet Knights meet the Eagles of Boston College. And a very pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Picozzi along with Ron Perry. Thanks so much for joining us for Big East basketball. Tonight we will see two perimeter-oriented teams. And Ron, we could see the two backcourts sort of cancel each other out. If so, it might be decided by the inside player.
I think it's a good chance of it. I think the rebounding and the points in the paint will be really important in this one. And for Boston College, Yuka Agbai, their big freshman inside, is really picking his game up of late. He leads the team in rebounding in Big East play, and he'll need a team effort in there with Brian Ross and Jonathan Bierbaum tonight. But he's been filling it up inside. He's big, he's strong. Rutgers will have to do a job on him in this one. Important that he stays out of foul trouble. Before fouling out in the Syracuse game, he notched some good numbers with 8 points and 5 rebounds and needs to duplicate or exceed that effort here tonight.
Now, after losing his starting job for one game, Rashod Kent will be back in the starting lineup tonight for Rutgers. This is a guy who makes 3 out of every 5 shots he takes.
Well, he's very strong inside, and Rutgers really needs a big game out of him. They're looking for their first Big East road win, and Kent goes over 260 pounds inside. He's got to be boxed out. I think Rutgers is going to look for him early with their offense to try to set up the 3, and BC's got to find a way to defend him.
Now, the month of January couldn't have ended too soon for these two teams. Rutgers has a 2-game losing streak. Boston College has lost its last 6. Which team will begin a winning streak here tonight? The starting lineups are next. Car rental, what are you waiting for? Let's go. By Sam Adams, a better glass of beer. And by Buick, isn't it time for a real car? Welcome back to the Conte Forum and the 10th meeting between Rutgers and Boston College. A quick check on the starting lineups first for the visitors. Sophomore guard Dahntay Jones is the 7th leading scorer in the Big East. Had a rough game Saturday at Georgetown, 0 for 8 from the floor. His coach is Kevin Bannon in his 3rd season at the helm at Rutgers. Bannon's 320 career wins, 4th most among the current 13 Big East coaches. And for Boston College, freshman sensation Troy Bell starts at guard. He's the 2nd leading scorer in the conference, a 4-time conference rookie of the week. His coach is Al Skinner in his 3rd year here at BC. He spent the previous 9 years at Rhode Island. Rutgers in its 5th year in the Big East, so there isn't a whole lot of history between these two schools. But what there has been dominated by Boston College. The Eagles 5-1 over Rutgers in Big East play, and they've won all 3 meetings here at the Conte Forum.
And this is a big game for BC. They've got 4 tough road games coming up after this, Bob, and they've lost 6 in a row. They're hoping they can get this in for Rutgers. They're looking for their first road win in Big East play. Both teams really feel this is a big, big game for them.
And it will be the 2 men we highlighted in our open. Agbai and Kent jumping center. Tap controlled by Bell of Boston College. Rutgers starts out defensively in the man-to-man.
Yeah, they're going to try to pressure the perimeter in this one and try to force BC to do some things inside.
Bell with his first shot of the afternoon. It's of the evening. It's short. Rebounded by Kent. Greer on the left. Up top, Kent. Around the screen comes Jones for the pull-up. Rebound loosed and pulled down by Bierbaum, making his 2nd straight start. In transition, Singletary pull-up. Rebound in the lane to Kent. Here comes Billett. 2-on-2 if they hurry. Greer. Dabney all alone on the left. Jones. So Jones picking up where he left off Saturday at Georgetown, struggling to find a shot.
Both teams getting good looks to start, but as we said, they both tend to be jump shooting teams. I should say Rutgers undefeated this year when they outshoot their opponents, but you've got to establish something inside to get yourself going.
Agbai gives to Bell. Billett getting that tough initial assignment on Bell. He's made a spectacular entry into the Big East as a freshman. Shot clock running down. It's at 5. Down low Agbai, and he'll be called for steps by Tim Higgins, who is working the game tonight with Reggie Greenwood and Bernard Clinton.
That's a case where Agbai gets the ball and hesitates before really going up for the shot and drags his pivot foot. I think as he gets more and more experience, he'll go right up with that shot. BC showing man-to-man this time.
However, the point guard for BC, Bell, is not defending the point guard Billett for Rutgers. Kent's shot may have been partially blocked. Bell on the right to Harley. Down low, Agbai faces the hoop, shoots over Dabney.
That's a good sign for Boston College. We talked about Uker Agbai in the open, and he seems to be kind of offensive-minded, Bob. I think Al Skinner must have said, look, you get it inside, you look for that offense.
Dabney sets the screen, and Billett buries the 3. He was 0 for 5 from behind the arc on Saturday, so maybe this will get him going.
Boy, he drained that one. He had an 8 3-point field goal made game earlier against Notre Dame.
From the perimeter, no good. Singletary, rebound Harley, tosses back out to Bell, and a new shot clock for the Eagles. So Billett, the point guard, is defending Bell at one end, but at the other end the matchup is different. Agbai gets by Dabney and forces him to foul.
Well, no question about it now. Al Skinner clearly saying, hey, we're going to look for Agbai low in this game to try to establish. Singletary with a nice screen. That's a nice up fake. 2 of them right there. And going up for the stuff, and Dabney with no choice but to reach and force Agbai to try to score from the line. Al Skinner knows how important it is that his young Eagle team try to come out of here at Conte Forum with a W at home tonight before 4 tough road tests.
First substitution of the evening will be for Rutgers as Joel Salvi replaces Rashod Kent. Al Skinner told me this week, Ron, we've played teams close, but we don't have many wins to show for it. We just haven't been able to finish off games.
And that sometimes happens with a young team, particularly where you don't have a lot of depth and experience, really at point guard or inside. Agbai a freshman, Bell a freshman, some promising young players for sure, but you'll run into droughts against more experienced teams, and that's what's happened to the Eagles.
Billett defended by Singletary, who's 6 inches taller. Now Greer for 3 over Bell, might have forced that one.
Quickly, I didn't think he had a real good look at it. No rebounding position with that jumper.
Here's Bell for 3. Halfway home, comes out, rebound in the lane to Jones. Rutgers has numbers here. Pass behind Salvi, tough catch, and rejected by Beerbaum.
Oh, he got all ball on that one.
Let's see if BC can capitalize. Down low, Agbai, and it's blocked right back by Dabney.
Boy, both teams are flat offensively to start this game, Bob. Not a lot of just crisp moves out there finishing off. Both clubs trying to find themselves offensively so far.
Each team 1 for 6 from the floor in the first 3.5 minutes. Billett gets the screen from Jones. Now on the switch, picked up by Bell. Shot clock at 10. Salvi down low, Dabney. Good position inside.
That is Rutgers trying to establish themselves in the post, and Dabney at 6'10" with a good strong move that time.
Dabney has already equaled his point output from Saturday's game against Georgetown. Beerbaum didn't know what he wanted to do and threw it away. Here's Salvi in transition. And Kevin Bannon was telling us, Ron, before the game, we need some easy baskets. And there was a pretty good example of what he was talking about.
Exactly. So we've got to get some, points off of our defense. We'll put some pressure on, see if we can get some layup. We've been struggling out of our half-court offense.
This is Singletary, and as he starts to go, he's called for traveling. And that brings us to our first timeout of the evening. 15:55 to go, first half. Rutgers with a 3-point lead over Boston College. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN+. In 3-point field goal.
He does a nice job behind the screen right here. You've got to step out on Billett. You can't hide behind that screen because he can nail it from 23 feet as he did right there.
We mentioned at the beginning of the broadcast the perimeter-oriented attack for the Scarlet Knights. Here's an illustration.
Anytime you're up around 40% from three-point land, you're doing a great job. And Greer, Jones, and Billett all in that neighborhood, and they're making a lot of threes as well, so they'll have to go to it. But so far, both teams kind of quiet with the exception of the 3 made by Billett.
Rutgers had just 2 threes Saturday against Georgetown. Already 1 tonight. Jones. Right side, it's Greer. Back to Jones. Shot clock at 10. Reversal to Billett. He's doubled. Somebody's open. Jones blocked by Beerbaum, but he was fouled. Beerbaum was on one side, Agbai on the other.
Personal fouls committed by John Beerbaum.
And it will be Beerbaum with his first, and that's the first team foul on the Eagles here tonight.
Well, Kevin Bannon thought he'd see some zone. BC has had success with the zone, forcing Rutgers into some, tougher angles with their shots. They're playing the 1-3-1 right now, and it did seem to bother Rutgers. That was a pretty nice offensive move, though, by Jones. He's clearly the most athletic player and has really turned into the go-to guy for the Scarlet Knights.
Well, Jones was a perfect 10 for 10 from the line in Saturday's loss in Georgetown. Already misses the first one. Ronnie now has attempted 107 free throws this year. That's a lot for a perimeter player.
There's no question about it. He's a guy that does penetrate more than some of your typical jump shooters. He's very athletic and clearly knows how to draw the fouls, getting into the bucket.
Agbai faces the hoop, finds Beerbaum for the left side jumper. Good rebound position for Jones. Here's Billett. Rutgers with the ball up 4. Finds Greer on the right. Now up top to Billett again. Salvi flashes to the foul line. Now puts it on the floor, and he draws it through the foul.
Billett does a nice job out there. The freshman point guard, reminiscent of his brother Jeff, who of course played for Rutgers previously, just graduated last year. And as a freshman, they look for him. You can tell the rebounders are getting the ball. They're looking for Todd Billett and running the team. He does a nice job to find the open man.
Salvi got the start Saturday at Georgetown instead of Kent, and he played a career-high 35 minutes. The foul was on Beerbaum. It's his second, so he'll have to sit down with 14:50 left in the first half. And he's replaced by Michael Cotton, 6'4" senior from Detroit. Salvi always trying to strike a fashion statement, Ron, between the headband, the do, the high socks. He's
doing it all.
He's a little bit different than everybody else in the red uniform. I understand he's usually the life of the party on the team bus.
Look what Kevin Bannon likes right now is he's come into this game and provided a spark with 4 points, field goal, a couple of free throws, and doing a nice job out there playing Michael Cotton right now defensively.
Kent back in replacing Dabney. Kent defending Agbai. Puts it on the floor. Kent using his strength to push him a little bit further from the hoop than he'd like. Down low Singletary. Nice spin move on Jones, but he may have been fouled by Salvi from the other side. Number 1 on Joel and number 2 on the Scarlet Knights.
Singletary, the number 2 scorer on the BC Eagles. Transfer from Howard University. You can see he's in double figures. Shooting in the mid-30s from the field. He went scoreless in the first half last Saturday against Syracuse and came out with a strong double-figure second half. But they really need him to get involved in the offense early in this one, with Troy Bell providing that 1-2 punch outside.
Kenny Harley sits down, replaced by Kenny Walls for the Eagles. Walls, 6'5" sophomore from San Francisco. Singletary was the 9th leading scorer in the country 2 years ago during his sophomore year at Howard University. Averaged 22 per game, and a blocking foul will be called on Singletary. His first, and 3 on the Eagles here in the first half.
Officials calling it fairly tight early in this one, so if you reach, don't have good enough position, you're going to get rung up. So you've got to work hard to be in good position and get your hands up in this one.
This is Renardo Brown, junior college transfer in for Rutgers, giving Billett a rest. Right side, Salvi down low to Ken, who got great position on Agbai for the finish. That's why he shoots 63% from the floor.
I was just thinking that. He tends to get a lot of stops. He's strong inside, and that was a great look under the hoop.
Up top, it's Agbai, being defended by Salvi this time. Now down low, it's Cotton. He's bumped by Kent. That will be his first foul, and 3 on Rutgers.
Rutgers fouls on Kent.
Kent, a sophomore from Fairmount, West Virginia, knows how to use his body.
It's a great bounce pass, though, by Salvi. He keeps that. If you're a younger player watching this, it's a bounce pass number 1. Keeps it along the baseline and feeds his big man. Great look.
Bell forced that one. Terrific defense by Brown. Now brings it up the floor for Rutgers, up 6. And as Jones starts to go, he's called for traveling. So Jones remains out of sync offensively, Ron.
I thought he could have pulled up that time. It seemed like he tried to force the action, and when you're not feeling quite right offensively, some of your decisions not really what you want them to be.
He's had a terrific year. He scored double figures in all but 2 games. He's had 5 20-point games. Agbai forces that one from the right wing and rebounded inside by Salvi, who's been very active at both ends of the floor. This is Brown. Right side career, down low Kent. When he gets it in close, he's a bit too strong for Agbai to handle.
Yeah, and he's very good with both hands, as you saw right there. He rolled to the hoop that time, and with his size and strength, he can really block you out.
14-6 Rutgers, and here's Singletary coming back for 3. He's 12th of the Big East in 3-point field goal percentage.
Well, he's got to be offensive-minded tonight. They're playing Bell tough. Nice pick by Singletary.
Ahead to Bell. Will anyone catch him? So the Eagles get a couple in transition.
Well, that's just a good effort, showing some pressure out of the made field goal. And when you score, it opens up those things. You can put the press on, and it's a 1-2-2 by the Eagles.
First 2 points of the night for Bell, who's averaging 18.7 per game. Only Troy Murphy of Notre Dame averages 4 in the conference. Another turnover, and here's Bell, picked up on the switch by Jones. Singletary defended by Brown. On the right, it's Walls over Greer. And Cotton with some great hustle to save the rebound, but Singletary stepped on the line in front of the Rutgers bench.
You can see Troy Brown trying to get open and Renardo Brown into the game. And you can see the defensive scheme against Bell, even when he gives it up, is to stay with him, not let him get the ball back. That man not even looking to help out right there. They want to try to limit Bell's chances with the ball tonight, and the best way to do it is to deny him the ball.
Bell 1 for 4 from the floor. This is Brown with the runner as he blows by Walls.
Nice penetration. You look for your backcourt people to try to penetrate off the dribble. If the defense steps up, you read it and kick off. That time, the angle was there for him.
Rutgers by 5. Cotton guarded by Salvi. A couple of number 3s. Agbai up top. Good look inside to Walls. Kick out to Cotton. Can't get it to go. Long rebound, weak side on a hop to Billett. This is Jones to Brown. Just over 11 minutes remaining, first half. Rutgers trying to snap a 2-game losing streak, and Salvi throws it away, but some great hustle by Jones for the save.
Oh, nice move.
Inside, Kent fakes Agbai in the air. What do we have here? The 2 officials, Clinton and Timmy Higgins, consult. They have a travel, and Kevin Bannon doesn't like it at all. Timeout. 11:02 to go in the first half, and irate Kevin Bannon, but his club leads BC by 5. East Basketball Network as Brian Lynch and Villanova battle the Hoyas of Georgetown. Or Chudney Gray and St. John's take on Boston College. Villanova, Georgetown, or Boston College at St. John's. Saturday, February 5th at noon Eastern. Brought to you from ESPN Plus. Check your local listings. When we last saw Kevin Bannon, he was not particularly happy. Let's see if we can figure out why.
Well, it's a nice dish from Jones. The up fake. It's tough to tell right there. The up fake. The outside official felt that he dragged his left pivot foot. If he did, Bob, it was a very slight movement, and that got Kevin Bannon up because he thought his big man was going in for a 3-point play.
Yeah, sure did.
Only question was, I think he was thinking, was who's the foul on? I didn't see a lot of movement with that foot.
Would have been on Agbai if it were a foul. Instead, it's BC ball down 5. Bell calls the play with the left hand, defended by Billett, and tried to shoot over him. Billett knocked the ball loose in midair, then Singletary fires a desperation 3, and Kevin Bannon is absolutely upset, and he is perilously close.
I don't think that ball was touched, Bobby. I think he went up and came down with it, and he's looking for a jump ball call. I'm not sure that was deflected, and it results in a hoop for the Eagles.
Well, Billett thought it wasn't touched. Instead, it's Singletary's second 3 of the evening. He's got 8 of BC's 14 points. Down low, Jones spins. and finally scores. So Dahntay Jones was 0 for 8 on Saturday at Georgetown, and he missed his first 3 shots tonight.
I got a feeling the whistle was going to blow one way or the other on this one. Check it out. Jones with the move inside. Good up fake. He's able to get down. It's got to be on Singletary. Jones was pushing off pretty good with the left arm. Hey, whoever said it was easy with this fast action at the collegiate level to call some of these?
Foul on Singletary, his second, so the Eagles haven't had very good foul distribution. 4 team fouls, but 2 each on Beerbaum and Singletary, as Dahntay Jones takes a rest with 6 of Rutgers' 19 points. Brian Ross is checked into the lineup at center for the Eagles. He's number 45.
You can't go airborne and come down with the ball, which is apparently what Bell did on that last one.
Walls with a nice job cleaning up his own miss. He was the high school player of the year in the San Francisco area 2 years ago.
He's athletic. He can give the team a lift off the bench, and that's what Al Skinner's looking for right now. He gets some good bench support, but he really needs some productivity inside this one.
Down low, Kent. Great moves, couldn't finish. Gets his own rebound and loses it out of bounds. BC is going to have to figure out a way to deny Kent the ball down low, because when he gets it inside, they're not able to stop him.
Well, that's a great up fake, isn't it, right there? He goes up with his left hand. He just cannot convert, but boy, the pump fake really threw Brian Ross up off his feet on that one.
He's got terrific moves for a young man who is 6'6" and listed at 265. In the lane, the turnaround no good by Harley, who's back in for the Eagles. This is Billett.
That gives you a little bit of that young Charles Barkley look out there, Bob. He's big, he's burly, he seems to run the floor pretty well.
Wayne Keenan, number 5 in the lineup for the Eagles at the point. Down low, they get it in deep to Ken again. Now Ross hammered it. Number 1 on Brian Ross and 5 on the Eagles, and to the free throw line will go Rashod Kent, and that is definitely the chink in his armor. He is shooting only 55% from the line. He shoots better from the floor by 8 percentage points.
Well, that's the close-in shot, the stuff, the bank shot versus stepping to the line. But good-looking young player, and Brian Ross on that play. Looks like he caught maybe the worst of it as he comes out of it with a bloody nose.
And he'll have to leave to stop the bleeding, literally in this case. And Agbai will return for the Eagles. Brian Ross, 2 years ago, when he was a senior at North Quincy High School, North Quincy, Mass, led the state in scoring. He averaged 36 points a game his senior year.
And he was
That's
very
Ron Perry-like numbers.
highly touted coming out of high school. Years ago, we used to pop a few shots up like that, Bob, but a lot of people really keeping a close eye on him in his final year, and he chose to stay close to home at Boston College, and he's seen a lot of minutes his freshman year into this year. He got popped on that last one, though. They're trying to stop the bleeding over on the bench right in the nose.
Kent came off the bench to score 17 points on 6 of 7 shooting on Saturday at Georgetown. And suddenly red-hot Georgetown Club won last night at home against Louisville as Ruben Boomche has scored 19, established a career high with 19 3 games ago. Then he's equaled it in each of the last 2 games.
That's what you need. You need a player to kind of elevate his game, and Boomche's got the ability to do that for the Hoyas.
This is Walls, puts it on the floor, and the foul. Kenny Walls thinking shot since he checked into the game.
Well, he didn't hesitate on this one. He gets it. And this is what you'd like to see happen from a player who comes in off the bench. Greer trying to steal it, but he just gets ahead of steam up and says, hey, I'm taking this one right to the goal, and he gets the job done. That's a nice move by Walls. He's got some good leaping ability.
Walls scored 21 points when these two teams last met. That was last February 13th at Rutgers. The Scarlet Knights won that one 75-62, their lone win against Boston College since entering the Big East 5 years ago. Now some full court pressure employed by Al Skinner. Right side, freshman Mike Thompson. No good. Rebound. Cotton saves. to his teammate Harley. Inside, Kent anticipating beautifully. The big fella, by the way, is 9th in the Big East in steals. And we saw a pretty good idea why with his tremendous anticipation on that play.
A nice reaction. Harley with just too much dribble for BC.
Bellick with his second 3 of the evening. He's already 5th in three-point shooting percentage in Rutgers history for his career. A brief career, only his 20th game.
Well, he's off to a good start. I like his floor game now. He plays solid defense. He's low to the ground, and he takes the shot when he presents himself. He's made the most of it tonight. 2 out of 2 from three-point land.
Scarlet Knights already with more threes tonight, 3 than they had the entire game Saturday at Georgetown. Shot clock at 10. This is Cotton up top to Agbai. Clock winding down. They got to get rid of it, and Cotton does uses the glass.
That's frustrating defensively where you play defense for 33 seconds and then you get the hoop right before that 35-second shot clock goes up, but that's what Cotton did right there.
Great move by Billup. Probably should have thrown it up, would have drawn the 3-shot foul. Instead, he was not in the act of shooting. Whenever you have the ball in the perimeter and you fake your man in the air, just throw it up at the rim. Draw the 3. Timeout, 6:57 to go in the half. Rutgers with a 3-point lead over Boston College. Nice move inside by Mike Cotton. You're watching Big East basketball from ESPN Plus. Big East basketball on this Wednesday night. I'm Bob Picozzi along with Ron Perry. 6:57 to go first half. Rutgers leading Boston College 24-21. 3 3-pointers in the early going for the Scarlet Knights. 2 of the 3 by freshman Todd Billett.
Done a nice job. I tell you, he's hit a couple of threes. Some good mixture inside with Rashod Kent in the paint for Rutgers. And they've got the 3-point lead, but I've got a feeling this is going to be a tight contest here tonight. Both teams kind of evenly matched up in the perimeter. BC playing a little 1-3-1 zone right now.
Billett up top. Puts it on the floor. Fires over Pina. Can't get the roll, and it's rebounded by Kenny Walls. Walls puts on the brakes. Troy Bell seeing some major minutes on the bench here, Rob.
Pretty surprised by that. He's been off shooting the ball, and maybe Al Skinner wants him to look at it a bit from the bench. Look him to come in soon.
Jones ahead of everybody. Oh my! Talk about some ups.
Can really get up. He's athletic. We talked about his ability to draw fouls, but wow, he's got some spring.
Dahntay Jones getting off early in this one. On the right, it's Walls. No good. Rebound by Kent.
You were right. Walls came off the bench thinking, I'm going to fire out there tonight. And that was kind of a tough baseline jumper right there. And one, and you're done for the Eagles right now. One look, not a lot of offensive boards.
Billett. Around the screen comes Jones, and they leave Dabney alone inside. He tries to shovel it to Kent. Knocked out of bounds by the Eagles with 13 seconds left on the shot clock for Rutgers.
These were the kind of hoops that Kevin Bannon was hoping his club could get in this one, where they'd get a quick rebound or a steal and push it up the floor, and Jones just sent that one down with a thud with a nice stuff.
Shot clock winding down. They get it down low to Kent. Who touched it last? Kent did.
That's not a real good entry pass. Trying to throw the bounce pass from the foul line area is a tough one with that much congestion inside.
Rutgers had a season-high 24 turnovers in the loss at Georgetown on Saturday.
Well, that's the inconsistency that you want to avoid. BC's had some turnover games as well.
Bell back in, and he makes his presence felt in a hurry. Draws the foul on Billett and hits the bucket.
Back in off the bench. We said it wouldn't be too long, although it was surprisingly longer than we've seen Bell sit. Nice move. You know, and sometimes as a younger player, Bob, if you can sit there, watch the game a little bit, perhaps that can change your perspective when you go out as you see Bell's numbers. Number 2 leading scorer in the conference and shooting over 40% from three-point line.
Shooting 88.5% from the foul line, second best in the Big East and 14th best in the country. We talked about Jones and his free throw attempts. Bell's got 131 foul shots this year. Dabney tries to save the rebound. And does. Billett's got it, and a new 35 for the Knights. Greer has yet to score in the first 15 minutes, and away from the ball, we're going to get a 3-second call by Tim Higgins. Elsewhere in the Big East tonight, red-hot West Virginia. They've won 5 in a row with an 8-point lead in the first half at Notre Dame. And the Irish have lost only 2 home games all season. One of them to nationally ranked Vanderbilt.
Tend to be very tough at home. But it's true, Troy Murphy turning in just another sensational year, and this is sophomore year.
More scores, we suggest you log on to ESPN.com. Keep you abreast of action around the country. And the Big East says Michael Cotton puts it on the floor for his 3rd and 4th points of the night.
BC getting some nice production off the bench with Cotton and Walls in this one.
This is Greer, knocked loose from behind by Walls, who will be whistled for the foul, his first, and 6th on the club. Ron, we were chatting with Rutgers assistant Walt Towns before the game, and he said that they really need Greer to get going. This is a young team, but Greer, as a junior, is really the veteran on the team, and he's struggled somewhat lately.
Yeah, they do. He's the number 2 scorer on the team. He can shoot from 3-point land. He also goes in and rebounds, but what they need is every time they look at the box score after these games to see that leadership from him, and he's been up and down a bit.
Following this free throw, it's Bell.
But on that note, in this game, Greer yet to score yet in this one with 4 to go in the first half.
Struggled Saturday, but everybody struggled Saturday against Georgetown. And look at the play there by Jones, who just picks the pocket, makes the hoop, and draws the foul. Terrific end-to-end play by the sophomore from Hamilton, New Jersey.
Now Dahntay Jones is the leading scorer on the Rutgers club, and he is just up in Walls' jersey that time. He flicks that ball away, and he gets bumped. He's strong. Nice finish. Kenny Walls caught him in the back. He's probably more frustrated than anything that he got picked, and his man went down and scored.
Foul on Walls, his second, 8 on the club, and Jones will try to make it a 3-point play. As we mentioned, he's a very good free throw shooter. And we'll take a timeout. 3:59 to go in the first half. It's been a big first half for Dahntay Jones. He's got 10. His club leads by 3. Well, Ron, Dahntay Jones may have been out of sync Saturday in the first couple of minutes tonight, but he has found the groove in a hurry.
He really has. A couple of hoops to the basket can really get you going if you've been struggling from the floor. When you've got that kind of elevating ability, as he stuffed that one home on the break, it helps. Now picture other parts of your game up. He's playing tough D right here, and Kenny Walls to finish in the conventional 3-point play. He has been leading Rutgers in this first half.
Kevin Bannon told me this week, we don't mind getting into a fast-paced game with them. Hopefully we can score some points off our defense. Well, we just saw a couple there. Following the official timeout, it's Eagles ball. Harley defended by Greer. This is Cotton.
We talked about the inside game. Not a lot of looks in there for Agbai. Cotton misses that one. They need to try to get something established where they're pounding it inside, maybe get to the line and pick up some points that way.
BC had 17 offensive rebounds against Syracuse Saturday. Have one on this possession, resulting in the fresh 35, but they really look like they're out of sync on offense.
They are. As soon as Bell gives it up, he's being denied by Billett.
Billett with the runner tried to draw, or Bell rather with the runner tried to draw the contact from Billett, could not.
He really kind of forced that one, thinking more draw the foul than make the field goal.
Down low to Dabney, and it goes off his hands and out of bounds.
Now both teams right now getting a little bit careless with the ball, and at times when they're in the half-court set, just not moving it well and getting good looks out of their offense.
Turnover number 8 for Kevin Bannon's club, who's 10th in the Big East in turnover margin. Really struggled with taking care of the ball this year. Right side Singletary no good. Rebound Jones to Billett, but nothing but white shirts in the Rutgers forecourt. Jones looking for the high screen from Dabney. Instead puts it on the floor. Billett tries to go by Bell. The pull-up. Rebound in the lane to Cotton.
Nice defense by BC.
Here's Bell, rejected by Dabney to Greer. Here's Rutgers 3-on-1 if they hurry. To Dabney, and a great job by Singletary to knock it away. It's Rutgers ball with 29 to shoot.
Nice gamble back there defensively by Boston College. That was a heck of a block by Dabney.
Off the inbound, Jones over Agbai. He's got a dozen. Now Agbai looks like, is he bleeding too? Boy, it's been a rough night.
I think he caught a hand in the face on that one. Maybe on the follow through of that shot.
Well, they took him out in a hurry, and we can't tell from our vantage point, but normally when something like that happens, it's because there's blood involved.
Holding his mouth area, and it looked like he was defending, and a lot of times inside you might catch a hand there.
So Brian Ross, who was bloodied himself earlier in the half, re-enters as they work on Agbai. Bell to Singletary.
Boy, Jones all over him.
Bell's got 5, and here's Jones picking Singletary's pocket, and it's blocked from behind by Bell.
Wow, how did he catch ball on that one? I thought Jones got awfully physical with Singletary at the other end, so the officials letting him play a bit on that exchange.
Billett, right side Jones. Top Dabney. They look inside for Kent, can't find him. Now they find him. Perhaps, I thought he was a little too far under, but
He's got good hands in there too. If you get it in the neighborhood, Kent tends to catch it. Oh yeah, looks like the lip on Agbai. Looks like he's got the tissue or the cotton there, trying to slow down some bleeding.
Singletary with some nice moves inside. Rebound by Jones. Meanwhile, Ross is on the floor with the tissue in the nostril to prevent the bleeding.
Rough going in the inside for BC in this first half with a couple of these guys getting popped in the face. Look at that. Can't just muscle Ross that time. He weighs 265. Good position again.
Kevin Bannon told me this week we must have an inside presence. We can't depend solely on our perimeter game. And boy, do they have an inside presence tonight. Rashod Kent with 10 points.
This is where BC goes into the drought. And suddenly a very close game is a 9-pointer.
Singletary can't get it to go. Can't get the rebound to go. Last touch by the Scarlet Knights. The shot clock is off with 27 seconds to go. Coming up on our National Car Rental halftime report, Ron and I will take a look at the Big East Wire, the Big East leaders, and we will have first half highlights and stats from this one.
Now BC needs one here to go into the locker room, Bob. They're struggling offensively. Look for Bell to try to get some penetration. He should go right about now with about 10 to go. Don't wait too long. Give yourself a chance.
Puts it on the floor, tries to go by Billett. Singletary for 3, his third of the night. Rutgers quickly. Jones tries to get it off, and that'll do it. So BC does go into the locker room on somewhat of a positive note, but Rutgers has itself a 6-point lead over Al Skinner's Eagles. Boston College trying to end a 6-game losing streak. Rutgers trying to end a 2-game slide. We are halfway home at Conte Forum. Rutgers 35, Boston College 29. And we saw a Rutgers club that struggled Saturday against Georgetown, but much more in sync, particularly offensively tonight, Ron.
Yeah, they got some nice fast breaks, and Dahntay Jones showed us what he could do running the floor, and Rashod Kent, the big guy, awfully tough inside.
Let's take a look at some highlights. We mentioned the big fella Yuka Agbai early, and he hits the turnaround early.
Yeah, it was important for BC to establish something inside, and the freshman got that look early, got it going, but not a lot more happened inside for the Eagles in the first half, but Agbai with a nice move right there. Singletary was the hot man for BC in the first half, and in double figures, shooting the ball from the perimeter. That one a 3. They need more of that from Singletary in the second half. But Jones was the man for Rutgers. He was really all over the floor. Great defense right here against Kenny Wall. And Bob, you got to really like the way he finishes on that break.
He had 12 points and 4 rebounds, and there was an inside presence for the Scarlet Knights.
Yes, there was. Rashod Kent, number 44, Nice look right here. He's got a mismatch with Michael Cotton. They find the big fella, and boy, he's effective when he gets it down low.
Let's check the Buick first half statistics, and Rutgers with 18 points in the paint to only 8 for BC.
That's the difference. They shot up over 54%. BC got 7 more shots in the first half, but they've got to be more effective inside in this second half.
BC hoping to get more from the big fella, Yuka Agbai. It is 35-29 Rutgers at the half. Back with the start of the second half after this.